Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today we're going to be looking at the players for game week 32. Who to pick, fixtures as well. Newcastle and Crystal Palace do have a double game week, so they're going to probably be up on that list. Also Palace do have another game week, double game week for 33. So we're looking at double points potentially for Palace players, but Palace do have a hard fixtures for game week 32 and for game week 33. So we'll get into that. And yeah, so let's see how we get on. But if you do like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. Let's get into the video. So as you can see, Murphy is the top player for Newcastle. One of the double points players. Or double game player, should we say. He's got 122 points for the whole season. Form is 10.5, so up there. Only 13% of people have got him. Quite interesting. And he's quite low value as well. I was also looking at other players that I could potentially put into my team. But we'll go through it. So, Murphy is an option for me, purely because I've got two midfielders that have got markers on them. So he's a good sure, especially with, as I said, they do have, I know Newcastle don't, but Palace do. The Newcastle got United and Palace. Then they've got Villa and Ipswich coming up. So nice fixtures there for Newcastle, and hopefully they can do well. But then they do have some tricky games near to the end of the season. On the other hand, Matoma, he has got a double game week. City and Newcastle, both games are away, so that's quite hard. But with Palace's form, very, very good. They also then have another game week on game week 33. Bournemouth and Arsenal, but they don't have a game week 34. So could you get him in for this double game week and then maybe bench him and use him for the next games? Potentially. But Palace do have some hard fixtures like City, Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool last game of the season, even Forest. They've got some hard fixtures. They are battling. Even Bournemouth's a hard game. So they've got a lot of hard fixtures. Now, if you use your manager, you can use big payment here. That is quite an interesting one and what you guys out there can look for. It is a very hard one. If you've got your manager chip, could you use it? Because you may be able to get your league points if you get anything, a draw or something like that, even a win. City, Newcastle can get beaten, so you never know. So it could be a good little fixture for your assistant manager. Then you would have to change it out for game week 34. So that's another interesting one there. Rodgers is another player that is doing really well. Got some good points. And with Southampton coming up. But again, they've got a double game week in game week 33. But that's against Newcastle and City. And then they've got no game week 34. They've got some hard fixtures after this Southampton game. So it's going to be tough, and they've got their Champions League game as well that they're going to put between the Southampton and Newcastle game. So would they want to rest players? Maybe they may rest players for that Southampton game. You never know. So that's the one thing I would say about Villa at the moment. They may want to rest some of their players just so they can have full fixtures, because for their Champions League game against PSG, PSG have actually got this weekend off. So they're not actually got a game where Villa have, which I think is a little bit of unfair for Villa. So it happens, but the Premier League doesn't do that. Another Palace player, but again, defence is going to be tough. You are looking probably that they will concede a goal, but I think with the form that Palace are on, you never know. Limento, again, as I said, got a double game week. Newcastle, United and Palace. Then they've got Villa, Ipswich, Brighton, Chelsea. Again, they've got some hard ones to fall off near to the end of the season as well. There's going to be a bit of a struggle, I think. Again, Isak, we've already talked about Palace. Mikalenko, again, they haven't got any double game weeks, so they're going to get some nice little games. They've got Everton, which they should probably win. Spurs, which is going to be a hard one, but I can see that Forest could win that game. Brentford again should be easy. Palace away, tricky. Leicester at home, easy. West Ham away, maybe. And Chelsea last game. That could be the one that they could be fighting to get into your Champions League. So that's going to be interesting. Got Isak, but we already talked about them. Saliba is a good one up there with form, but fixtures say that, yeah, Arsenal got a double game week, Ipswich and Palace. So you're looking at maybe some Arsenal players in there if you can get them in. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a big risk coming up soon. And we'll see how it goes, especially against the Liverpool-Newcastle role here. But I am going to take a risk coming into this double game week. I may actually add it for this game for Brentford and then hopefully, but we'll see. I'm worried about with Arsenal, someone like Saka, will he actually get rested for the Brentford game so he ready for Real Madrid in the Champions League? That's what I am worried about as an Arsenal fan and also fantasy football. God of War up there again. City do have that double game week, but they don't have a game week 34. So you are looking about getting in players and then maybe benching them, or you've got no game 34. So it's going to be a tough one, I think. And same for Mascherari. He's stepped up in place of Haaland. So again, that double game week could come in clutch. But again, they've got Wolves and Southampton straight afterwards. That could be interesting there. Saka, as you can see, does have a little knock. He did pick that up in the Champions League game. He was limping a little bit. But as Arsenal are 3-0 up in that, they may rest him for this game week and just see how he is for the Champions League game. Timber, gang, great player. Now, outside players here. So if we do go to like Palace, who have got that double game week, okay, Star is up there, Henderson, but would you put Henderson in because you've got the likes of City, Newcastle, Bournemouth and Arsenal in your double game weeks, and you may want to rest players? It's going to be hard. I know you won't rest Dean Henderson, but something you've got to look out for. So even Turner may come in for Henderson for one of those because it's maybe a bit tough for Henderson. You never know. City players, because they've got that double game week. Now, any of those players down below cheap value that are getting the points, Lewis, but he hasn't got his minutes up recently. That's the big problem with Lewis. Not enough game time for me to actually probably put in a team. Kevin De Bruyne is leaving the Premier League at the end of the season. So hopefully he can finish off really well and finish off strong. But with his price tag at 9.3, I don't like it. Foden, well, Foden hasn't done well in the last few weeks. So, again, value's not there for Foden. We've been getting some points, but there's some dead points there as well. So, it's going to be interesting. But are they going to rest players, switch them out, rotate them a lot around? Potentially, I think. That's the key. Newcastle is another one that's got that double game week. As we said, Burns is a good option, having up there. Trippier coming back. Gordon is still got that knock. Player that I would probably have, but that 7.4 million is not a great value. Livramento at 4.6 is great. Barnes and Burn is a good one as well at 5.4. Points isn't there enough. Murphy's form is good, as we said earlier. Villa, they've got the other double game week. Yeah, they've got a double game week coming up. So again, they're good. But would they rest players because of their Champions League fixture? I think so. I think so. Other teams that could rest are United players, but they're fighting. I don't know how Onana's got 114 points. And how he is a top goal, a Premier League goalkeeper, especially what he did in the Champions League. So yeah, Dursky done really well in the Champions League, but it's not done well in the Premier League. Masrai again done really well in the Champions League, starting to get a little bit of form, but there's nothing there at the moment. As I said, no double game week. Who else? City we've already talked about. Other one. Also, let's have a look at the fixtures. So for this game week, you do have Newcastle and Palace both having double game weeks. The following week, you've got City, Villa, Arsenal, and Palace that have got those double game weeks. So we go back, we go into our stats, and we go to Arsenal players. Now, on this list, which Arsenal players would you actually have? Well, no offence, at the moment, I'll have this player. No offence. Mourinho, doing form. Got in the Champions League. May rest for, or maybe even play, but I think it's done. And also, he's down as a midfielder and playing as a striker right now. He's a good player to actually have in your team because you're getting 5 points for his goals. Your clean sheets are up there. Instead of being a forward, he's not getting any clean sheet bonus point. So, as a midfielder, you're gaining extra points from him playing out of position. And I think that's a good option. And he's one of the players that I'm thinking about bringing in for that double game. He may even bring this for the Brentford game. I think the double game week is more better. I don't think the Brentford game, I think they may take him off and rest him a little bit, but we'll see. So I will leave you with the fixtures for this game week. As you can see there. It is a 11 o'clock deadline. Please make sure your teams are locked in for that 11 o'clock deadline. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a good weekend and good luck in game week 32. Take care and goodbye for now.